Inshallah and Ashe, a little after 3, had a little energetic hiccup, but either way, it truly is a fantastic Friday as we move into the tides of a full moon. The musing meditation is up for review for tuning in on YouTube, complete with ritual, of course, and a meditation and some astro insights. Now that we are moving into the threads of 2025, the weavings of the webs, how has this first official week been treating you? Not only have we started a new calendar year, but also we have Mars, who's been off on holiday, just entered Cancer, the season of the womb, the mother, the earth womb, I want to say. So you may have already been feeling the reverb of this retro season, with things really feeling the feels, kinds of a little bit topsy-turvetish. The topsy-turvets in the Fae, that's what I always say. Frustrating, maybe, some delays, maybe there's some heightened emotions. However, no need to fear the cosmic weather. This is truly our invitation to take a breath and a pause, slow down, reconcile, get into the flow of the waters of the womb, if you will. Evaluating our goals and really cultivating a greater sense of awareness, truly. So this is our opportunity to embrace, to become more heart-centric and really embodying the strength and the compassion while we navigate the world with both maybe some assertiveness, Mars, and some empathy, the waters of Mars in Cancer. So with the moon in Gemini right now and the sun in Capricorn, of course, I've got these fun little items to peek through here. There we go. My little images. But we are being encouraged truly to engage our minds, our thought processor, connecting with the world around us through navigating our thoughts. So really take advantage of this energy, exploring ideas, new ideas, delve into subjects that really fascinate you, that are heart fascinating, like a fascinator. I have one of those hats, that's why I said that. But just connecting with others through meaningful conversations and really listen, like even audiobooks. I was listening to a podcast earlier that I was exploring, a friend sent me. Write yourself your own divine love letter. I do that all the time. So with the currency, that's what I see water as currency, the currency of Mars retrograde off on holiday, the moon in Gemini. So there's this dancing energy of kind of flowing and percolating. It's our emotions and our thoughts, right? So this energy can amplify the tendencies towards overthinking. It's like an incision and just feeling kind of scatterbrained, if you will. And if you don't know what to do, grounding, spending time in nature within your elemental structure. If you've tuned into Gift and Purpose, you know I work with more elements than just the traditional 5 or the celestial bodies. I work with elementals that are off grid is kind of what I want to say, that we can also ground into, not just grounding into the earth and the soil. Spirit is everywhere. Tai Chi, Qigong, just engaging in slowly or not so slowly. It looks like I may have lost connection. Nope, I'm still going. Okay. So then the moon, of course, moves into her home sign. Grateful to see you here, Hans. Make it fantastic. If you want me to do a little mini cowrie shell divination, oh, your sadness. I see that. Type in your birth info in the chart and I will I'll move the shells on your behalf. And then, of course, the moon moves into Cancer, the home sign, the ruler for the weekend. So be sure, again, to tune into the Musing Moon Meditations. I do the moon meditations twice a month, new moon and full moon. Plus, I do a Sacred Spirit Circle meditation for the season we're in to gather in the celestial bodies. But this is a time to really harvest. It's the sustenance of the new moon in Cancer from 2024. I would say it's more of a soul sustenance. It is water. It's a bubbling spring. And really feeling satiated in a nurturing way where we prioritize self-nourishment and emotional nourishment. It is the moon. Indulging in those rituals that your soul has been truly longing for. It's like, could be a luxurious ritual bath or just a luxurious ritual, a nourishing meal, a series maybe that you can binge watch and lose yourself in. But the most important part is to do a vital check-in, an energetic check-in with yourself. Like, are these my feelings, especially today? Are these my feelings or are they somebody else's? Because a lot of people try to project upon us. And so we always need to be discerning the energies always coming in, whether it's emotional, physical, mental, spiritual, or all of the above and then some. So just how are you authentically feeling, like truly feeling inside to the outside, and what emotions are bubbling up or coming towards you? So we have these two signs, cardinal signs, that give direction, they don't take direction. So you may feel the restrictions of power, like a power struggle or a tug of war between the need to control, Capricorn, the sun shining on that need, and then the desire for the emotional security, the foundation. It could be between literally your career and your home life. If you're an Aries rising, just saying. So just know that we cannot control external circumstances or the actions of others. So it's like staying in your lane. That's kind of been my thing, is like not even just staying in your lane, maybe stay in your bubble. That's kind of what I'm sensing. And just really cultivate inner peace by focusing. Inner peace is a thing, right? Don't disrupt my inner peace because I could become a tsunami. If you know me and you've witnessed it, it's really quite pretty. However, just cultivating inner peace by focusing on what you can control, ultimately. So it's our thoughts, our emotions, our responses, our behaviors. In this case, it's an emotional response possibly to a behavior, whether it's ours or outside of us. So this is a unique opportunity, literally, to go inward. It's that inner child energy. It's the sacral energy. It always comes back every season, and also when the moon is in the element of Cancer, the home sign. This is like our sacral center gets reactivated, in my opinion, and the sacral becomes active at about 6 months to 2.5 years. Like I always say, watch little kids if you want to learn about the emotional field. Emotions are our first language. Facial expressions express emotions, happy, sadness. Watch people's faces, right? So what does your inner child need from you today? Those are the questions and the answers I would be asking myself Sunday why the moon is navigating in Cancer. So it's like compassion and understanding, forgiveness, clarity, nourishment, maybe some gentle self-parenting, like where you parent your inner child, your inner whoopee, just offering yourself true authentic love and support and unconditional acceptance that we all deserve within ourselves, and just nurture that inner baby. So the elementals this week, I always like to dive into them. I incorporate the elementals in the 4 pillars of Chinese astrology for healing mostly. I do work with an energetic skincare line based on the elements in Chinese astrology. The day master is something we always need to protect. We have all of these elements. It's just they change based on our hour and the season, the year and the month and all the things, just like astrology. But you can see that our day is a yin earth rabbit of a day, a yaya mao. So the stem, which is called the heavenly frequency or the realm, I like the heavenly realm or even the universe, but it's connecting us to Mother Earth. We've got 2 yin earth energies with the ox and the day there. So that's like nurturing, resourceful energies. Yin wood in the rabbit, that's creative, it's curious, it's innovative. So the earth element is actually associated with Saturn. So I find that fascinating because we are in the season of Saturn. It has this downward energy. It's a centering energy. And the wood elements, we've got the yin wood and the yang wood in the year, both in the rabbit and the year, associated with Jupiter. So this has this upward expansive energies. So yin earth is guiding us to find treasures within ourselves, like moving towards the inner treasure. And yin wood helps us expand our imagination, our innovation. So these energies are like, they're pliable. They're like stretching and moving like the winds of time and the air, different elementals, but it's peace and it's loving energies. Nurturing. So we're more likely to make more efforts than usual to kind of meet in the middle ground of whatever it is we're stirring in our own personal cosmic soup. That's what's happening here. So it's what's also called a full day. So it's an energetic full day to really focus on activities that make our heart feel full, like satiated is my word, obviously, today. So really keep stoking the fire within. Fire creates earth. We've got yin fire. So this is a warming fire. It's a candle lit fire. And the yang wood is feeding the fire. So the energy is actually coming from the year, feeding the month, and then feeding our day. And then our day goes down and feeds the ox and the dragon. And we've got water hidden. So we've got a pretty full day. We've just got a little bit of yin metal. And yin metal we need to prune the vines of the tree, the yang wood, and the rabbit. Those kinds of energies. And the yin earth rabbit is actually, not the rabbit, but just the rabbit actually, is what's called a peach blossom. So just being a natural crowd pleaser, that's kind of the energy, like conversations, like be really lively and energetic, especially with the moon in Gemini. So our mind is naturally curious, it's lively, it's energetic, quick to learn, and just follow that inner curiosity and see where it flows or where it leads you. You may discover more beauty or magic in your day-to-day everywhere in your life. And there's a hexagram, which I usually don't bring in the hexagrams, but I do feel like they're necessary for a whole nother reason, which I won't get into. But the hexagram associated with the earth rabbit is 60, which is known for limitation. It's water over the lake energies. So water needs to be contained, guided, directed by earth. Otherwise, the lake will overflow. So on the opposing side of these energies, that's where the boundaries, we need boundaries to guide our actions. So without the boundaries or the restrictions, that's where we may feel as if we lack purpose or drive and direction, very Capricorny kind of energies. So use these limitations as our guidebook or the framework to create guidelines and really help us reach milestones of our intentions, whatever they are. These elemental energies. It's really like water and earth or frozen soil, because that's what the ox is frozen soil. The dragon is wet soil, but it's going to be dissipating come the fire season. In the goat, all these elements play out. I always look at the organs and the chakras and all kinds of things when I start looking at people's charts. So there is that. So who is ready for a little cowrie shell divination? Again, all you have to do is comment in the show notes so I can see who's here live. I see 4 of you, or at least that's what my screen says. So I'm going to change this up, change that up. And here's our shells. And if you don't know, what is cowrie shell divination? Well, cowrie shell is a divination brought to the West by Elder Malidoma Somé. I worked with Elder Malidoma for up to about around 10 years. I was actually guided by spirit to work with him energetically. He just kept showing up in my left eye, my vision space. And he finally landed in Utah, and I just never left his side. And in his culture, you always go to the diviner, the shaman, when you have questions that are surfacing to get guidance and answers. And I always prescribe rituals depending. I generally don't prescribe them so much live, depending on what comes up in the shells, personal prescribed ritual prescriptions, which I am going to start creating ritual jars, basically prescription jars, elemental prescription jars. I just don't know what to call them yet. So there is that. So yeah, if you are curious and want me to move the shells on your behalf, comment your year of birth and your month of birth. Again, I do go off the elementals mostly, and then I move the shells on your behalf. I call in your spirit team, and that's how that happens. That's how it rolls. So there is that. So yeah, I'll just play with the cards until somebody wants to speak up or not. Or not. We've kind of had a shy beginning of the new year, I'm not going to lie. And how many of you are in my subscriber hub? So that is growing. I want to thank you for that as well. So I'll just wait. Nobody's tuned in on YouTube yet, but I can see you on Facebook. All right. Okay, well, I'll pull a few cards. Yeah, we definitely need to have a divination. There's somebody who's shy, not quite so sure, needs some guidance, possibly feeling as if you're at a crossroads, not sure where to go, or bound up in a way. Oh yeah, the medicine ring. So yeah, definitely we need to look into the elements because the ring is empty. Okay, I'm going to check on my phone because sometimes the comments come in and I can't see them. Oh yeah, so yin energy, we're definitely in a yin, going inward energy of the day. Going inward, so that's like going inward, right? Our inward garden. Trusting our emotional field. Setting boundaries. What do you do to nourish your soul? Like, what do you do to nourish your soul? I think that's a practice we all need to do a little bit more of. Okay, so now, of course, I bring in the Fae because they're my favorite. And I don't know why you got a tear in your eye, Hans. One Wonderfuel. I like that. I almost thought it said Wonderful fuel. Not fool, fuel. I'm probably saying that wrong. Oh, look at how it does that. Like reads my voice. I don't know. All right. Oh gosh, this guy's shown up a few times, even in my readings at the witchy store. This is like not being afraid of the ghost in the darkness. It's almost like the Northern Lights when I see this card. That's what it reminds me of. But it's also being mindful of your intuition. Pay attention to your guides and your guardians and your intuitive gifts. And your feelings and what your heart loves. Like believing in the sensations and the feelings that come through. Okay, let's see what else we got. Ooh, Nellis the Alchemist. Oh my gosh, this is actually, you can just tell she's like the warrior spirit. She alchemizes everything she touches and turns it into gold, transmutes it, paying attention to your intuitive gifts and what you feel. So be mindful of your intuition and then give time and space to what you intuitively feel and sense before you respond or take an action on it. Something's going to become alchemized. I think it's like when thoughts and emotions merge, a new belief arises. It's kind of what it feels like. And then we've got the Retriever. So this tells me our throat chakra, we need to start utilizing our voice, speak our authentic truths. And again, being mindful of where does my heart belong and what am I law of attracting in those energies. All right, well, since I don't see anybody wanting their shells moved on their behalf, be sure to tune in to the Musing Moon meditation that's up and the ritual. I try to make my rituals pretty easy so you don't need to go buy a bunch of items. Depending on what clan you're from. I'm of the fire clan, so I always have a ton of candles that I'm always using. So let's see. Let's switch this out. Thank you. And there we go. And the mystic message I chose for this week. I commit to my heart's desires through tuning into my dreams, visions, and nurturing nature. So that's just being authentic and nurturing what your own soul desires. And that's kind of how this image came up. So thanks for tuning in. And I'll see you next Friday. If not sooner, be sure to comment and let me know. We are going to start a vision quest around manifesting. I called it what did I call it? I called it like the otherworldly vision board or something. I can't remember. It'll come to me. Either way. Ashe, blessings. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the other side. Be sure to navigate to your moon sign.